stole her where the creek runs wide. Summer nights with the fireflies. Every mile's got a story to tell. I know each one and I know it well. On that gravel road, I'm free and alive, kicking up stones as the world rolls by. Every turn's a piece of home, I know. My heart beats steady on that gravel road. Sometimes I roam, but I always return to the place where my soul still burns. I can take you down highways unknown, but that gravel road will always lead me home. On that gravel road, I'm free and alive, kicking up stones as the world rolls by. Sun just peeking over the pine, coffee in my hand, feeling just fine. Dust rising up where the blacktop ends. That old gravel road's my oldest friend. Faded blonde paint, swinging front gate. Mama's voice calling when I ran late.
Okay. How about now? You're muted. Okay. How about now? It works. Thanks. Okay, thanks for joining. Mara's here. Jemra, Julia, Gladys. Wow, I haven't seen Gladys in a while. Phrase Kim. Hey. Is it low? Is it a little low? Okay. Thanks for joining, everybody. This is the final part. Of the book I Survived Pompeii. I was actually looking at this woman, Lauren Tarshish, or Tarshish, here. She has a website, laurentarshish.com. And I was looking at the other books that she has. And she has these I Survived books on her website. She has a lot of them. A couple of them looked interesting. Like one of them was a hurricane. There's another one about World War II. And there was one about a bear attack. So she had a lot of these I Survived books. So the tsunami. Oh, we have here. So one of them's the tsunami, World War II, the Nazi invasion. So she has a lot of these books. I thought I finished this one today because I like to read it before class or before the live stream so that it's fresh in my mind. Hey Valeria, hey start and more. Oksana, hey. Pelagamido, hey. Thanks for joining. So I was just saying this woman did a good job with her book and her series. It could be something in the future, but I want to start getting into not more difficult books, but a little bit slightly higher reading level books. So this is the next book, which I've talked about before. Ernest Hemingway, The Old Man and the Sea. This could be harder, and it's a little over 100 pages. It's an American classic. Okay, and then Ernest Hemingway is a classic American author. So this is a great book. I think for us, there might be older vocabulary in the book, but that's okay. To skim through is to quickly read. I skimmed through some of the pages, and I think it's reasonable. It's not too difficult. I think the vocabulary will be good for us. Some of the less common words we don't need to memorize or add to our vocabulary. So now, because we're talking about this, I just thought about having two vocabulary lists. One could be vocabulary in use or active vocabulary, and one could be passive or non-essential vocabulary. So things that you wouldn't use on a daily basis, or it would be difficult to use on a daily basis. Those ones I would put in a separate category of non-essential vocabulary, and the other one would be regular vocabulary or general or everyday. Yeah, okay. Books not only to Gladys says, so you can't see the chat now. I apologize. I don't know why. So I'll read it. Gladys says, books not only to learn English, but also general education. I like it. Which one? The I Survived? This one is actually general education because I learned that many people survived. I thought that almost everyone or everyone died. But at the end of the book, if you read the last few pages, the author answers some questions. So here, one of the questions is, how many people died in the eruption of Vesuvius? Vesuvius is the volcano. And she said 20,000 people lived in Pompeii at the time. And of those, between 10,000 and 16,000 likely died. So that means between 4 and 10,000 survived, and they escaped within the first few hours of the eruption. Yeah, so that's new information. So yeah, we can learn actual history from these books. Okay, so yeah, Mara says it's quite impossible to get them. It takes ages for those books to arrive. That's funny. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Mara, I know you're, for my Italian audience, Alessia, who joins sometimes the live streams, she gave me an Italian website it's an Italian website for secondhand books. Secondhand means used books. And I forgot, let's see, is it Kenny's Bookshop? Or let's see. It might be, I thought I saved it, but there's a website for Italians. So you can check that out. I don't have the link. I don't know the name. But if you maybe type in secondhand in Italian, you can write that into Google, and you might find a big one. It's a pretty big site. And I looked at it actually before. Let's see. Okay, I can't find it. So, but look for secondhand as well if you're okay with that. I know some people don't like used books. So, if the bookstore doesn't have it and Amazon doesn't have it, then you might have to do online, unfortunately. But I want to keep it moving. I don't want to take another 2-month break. We don't have time, quite frankly. We don't have time. So we need to continue reading. I already got the third book. So I'm not going to show the book yet because I think first we should read this book. But just today I went to a bookstore and they had a limited English section. And this is a book that I've been eyeing. I've known about the book series for a long time. Not everybody, most people have heard of it. So we're going to be reading that after this one. Okay. So, Hoa Tin, hi, I love you. Thanks. Hi. All of us love our teachers. Hemingway. Yes. I ordered it and I'll get it tomorrow. Hope it's the right version this time. Oh, great. So you're going to get it. So why'd you say it takes forever? It takes ages. When did you order it? I think I announced the book like 2 weeks ago, I think. Or 3 weeks ago. Was it 2 or 3 weeks ago? I said that we're going to read this book. Okay. Julia, The Old Man and the Sea. I read it, but I didn't like it. I'm sorry. Oh, you read it just now, recently, or you read it a long time ago? It's fine. Gladys says The Old Man and the Sea, an American classic. There is also a movie about it. I did not know that, Gladys. there's a movie about the old man and the sea. Movie. Oh, the movie is from 1958. Spencer Tracy is the main character. Okay, so I haven't seen the movie. Is it good, Gladys? Did you like the movie? I didn't know there was a movie. So thanks for sharing. I didn't know that. Okay. It's translated also. Good. Yeah, I like when they translate books. Sometimes my students recommend books from Spanish books or books in Portuguese or Italian, and there's no translation. There's no English version. So then it's limited, the audience. So I like it when they translate books. Makes it more accessible. Mara, you're not encouraging us. Yeah, because Julia said she didn't like the book, and then Mara said you're not encouraging us. Exactly. Gemra, I think it's a bit literary. Literary. Um, you mean The Old Man and the Sea? Let's see. Let's see. No pun intended, as we say. No pun intended. Let's see. I don't know. But it can't hurt. And also, it's 125 pages. So, you know. And I think we have a good time discussing it. And at least we're reading. So, and then we can have a vote. If you guys don't like the books we're reading, then you guys can suggest, like Ariel. He's not here. He has work, I think, or something. But he watches these streams back afterwards. He recommended the I Survived series. So I've never read this before, and he recommended it. I thought it was good. I wanted to read Geronimo Stilton, but Alessia, I think it was, she said she can't find it online. So I said, okay, we won't read that book. Because she's in Italy, and I know I have a lot of Italians who would order the book. So, but I could have just ordered it, honestly, or I could have done it as well. The Old Man, Valeria says, The Old Man and the Sea. That's a masterpiece. Thanks. Okay, so it's a good choice. Okay, so Valeria likes it, and Valeria, I don't know if you ordered the book already or maybe you read the book in the past. Julia says, I'm sorry, but it's a matter of tastes. I Survived on Amazon and I got it a couple of days after submitting my order. Wow, that's fast. Even for me, Amazon, I think it was, I wanted to order a book. A week ago, and just for myself, not for the book challenge. It's a little difficult for the book challenge, but we'll get to that point. We'll get to that. But anyways, I wanted to order a book. I think it took about 10 days, a week or 10 days or so, which is fast. I think that's fine, but a couple days is really fast. Okay. Okay, thanks, I will, and God bless Alessia. Yeah, God bless her. Why? What did I say about her? But God bless Alessia. Julia says, I don't know why you didn't get it. I downloaded Kindle's version. Yeah, some people love Kindle. I think Kindle's okay. I'm not a huge ebook person. Ebooks are we say, last resort. I think ebooks are more of a last resort. I prefer like the physical books, and but I have read ebooks. One time I was traveling every day to teach English, and I had to take the bus. I'm not a big bus person. I don't love the bus. I had to take the bus every day for 30 minutes or so, maybe longer. And I got an ebook because there was some kind of, I'm not sure if there was a promotion or something, and they had these free ebooks on the book app, the Books app on my phone. And I got this book by Dale Carnegie. Some of you might know Dale Carnegie. He's an American author. I think he died, probably. And anyways, he wrote How to Win Friends and Influence People. Popular book. But I got a book from him called How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. I thought it was a good book. Then later, I was reading the physical version, and I thought the book was okay. I thought it wasn't that good. So sometimes time can change our perception of is the book good or not. Okay. Ho Tien says you speak English is so understand and lovely. I'm from Vietnamese. I'm from Vietnam, or I am Vietnamese. But that's good. I've had a lot of Vietnamese students, and I know some Vietnamese touristic locations. So maybe in the future I will go to Vietnam. I actually used to work for a Vietnamese language company in the past. And when I started, or not when I started, but this was when a couple years, maybe a year or two after I started teaching. And they were a fantastic organization, and I met great Vietnamese students. They told me about the culture and about I think they have the Tet holiday, if I'm not wrong. Ho Tien, maybe you can confirm. Do you have the Tet holiday? I think, which is the New Year's celebration, or Ted? Is it Ted or Tet holiday in Vietnam? I think. I read it a while. Julia says I read it a while ago. I don't remember exactly. I found it a little boring. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see. Mara says I'll get The Old Man and the Sea tomorrow, but I Survived series books are the ones that are quite impossible to get. that's funny, Mara. Then she retracted a message. Then Julia says I downloaded the Kindle version of I Survived. I don't know. Mara says, I don't know why, but they were unavailable on IBS. I got it after 3 weeks. I don't like the Kindle version. Sorry. Valeria says, I've already read the book in Italian. Oh, okay. And you liked the book. Good. It wasn't boring. I'm kidding. As I said, it's a matter of tastes. God bless Alessia because she gave you the link for used books. Yes, but I don't have the link. I lost it, or it's somewhere and I can't find it right now. When I realized I got the graphic novel version, I ordered the novel link. When I realized I got the graphic novel version. Yeah, that's my fault, Julia, because I accidentally, and Mara also got the graphic novel version, but that's my fault because I accidentally put the cover of the graphic novel version on YouTube on one of the videos. So that's my fault. Sorry. Please don't forget to tap like. Hey, thanks, Oksana. Yeah, I should also like my own video. Hold on. Yeah, there's 8 likes. So it's not so much, not so many. So we have 13 people watching, so there should be 13 likes. Unless people don't have a YouTube account. then you can't like, I think. But so I think there should be more. But I don't really care. Um, Gladys, but thanks, Oksana. I do appreciate that. Gladys says the old man and the sea has a message in it, and that is what counts. Fight adversity, not spoiled though. What do you mean not spoiled? Let me read it again. The old man and the sea has a message in it, and that is what counts. Fight adversity, not spoiled though. I got it. You mean no spoilers? Yeah. And now it's 9 likes. So someone liked the video or the stream. That's funny. Okay, yeah, no spoilers is what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Gladys. I'm glad that you also have a good sense for the book or a good perception of it. Valeria, now I'm used to get English books from Kindle store. I'm used to getting English books from Kindle store, from the Kindle store. Sigdem, hello. Hey. Valeria, that's why I love that book. Yeah. Old Man and the Sea teaches resilience. Yeah, resilience is a great word, Gladys. Good job. Yay, let's cheer up for the novel versions. What do you mean novel versions? You mean The Old Man and the Sea? Or what? I don't get that. I love books on paper too, but I needed to read the book for the challenge, so the sooner the better. Yeah, good point, Julia. Julia said that because yeah, you get left behind, and then now I want us doing it every week. And now it's 10 likes. See, now people are liking. You need to tell them. It's just like with students, you need to tell them to do the homework every week. But yeah, so it's good to, now I want to do the live streams every week. We're going to do this book next week on Tuesday. On Tuesday. Let's see. Today's Tuesday. Next week, we might do Thursday again. Or Tuesday. Tuesday we might do, but it might be later. Okay, it might be later on Tuesday. I might have a meeting on Tuesday. English related. So, it's an English related meeting. Nobody knows about this except for me and a few people. But you will know about it soon. And first, the members, because I appreciate the members. The members have been with me for some of them a long time. And some of them left. And that's okay because sometimes I take time with the members' videos, to post new stuff. But I see that they're commenting and they're supporting the channel. So first, the members will learn about some of this. We say inside baseball. So what's happening inside baseball. And then I'll share it with everybody on YouTube. And then we'll go from there. So it's exciting. And there are good things coming up. Okay. Yeah, Mars, okay, Julia, okay. Jemra says, I hope one day we will read Hamlet by Shakespeare. Yeah, Shakespeare, maybe we could get the New English version. The older versions are a little difficult. More so than something like this. So, but that's something. Okay, yeah, that could be something. Jemra, I've never read that book, to be honest with you. I've never read Hamlet. So, I've read Romeo and Juliet. I don't think I've ever read Hamlet. Wow. And then Mara says, wow. And then Julia says, Hamlet is quite challenging, I guess, but good choice. Okay, so let's get into the book because we spent the whole time. I was reading the chat, and now it's 11 likes. Now we're talking. See, now we have 12 people, so 12 likes, but it fluctuates. People come and people go, and that's how it is. So we'll go from page 64, and I'll glance down at the chat, but I don't have it on screen. So, okay, so page 64 is chapter 12, where we left off last time, part 2. Remember, they were going back to town and to Pompeii, and the father said it was their duty. A duty is an obligation, a responsibility. So he said it is our duty, talking about him and his son, Marcus. Keep in mind, the father's name is Tata, which somebody commented on the last live stream that Tata in Bavarian means dad or father or the Bavarian region or something. And I remember in the book, it talked about that Marcus and his father are from Germany, basically, if I'm not wrong. I forgot which part. Let's see. Anyways, so Tata is his dad, Marcus is his son. Tata says it is his duty, or their duty, their obligation. We have words now: duty, obligation, responsibility. Those three. Duty, responsibility, obligation, to warn, to give a warning, to warn the people, the residents, people who live in the town or city. It's more of a city. To warn the residents that there will be an eruption, volcano eruption, and people need to flee. To flee is to run, to escape. They need to flee the area immediately. So that is where we left off. Okay, so what happened in the book? Let me give you page numbers. Okay, just the first 2 pages, I should say. Before they get into town, I think it's... let's see. Okay, yeah, page 64, first page of chapter 12. They tied Peg is the horse, Pegasus, Peg. They tied Peg to a tree in Olive Grove, about a half mile from Pompeii's eastern gates. So Peg is the horse, they're riding the horse, they tie off the horse a half mile outside the city gates. Then I guess they walked into the city. And this is important to remember because of the interesting coincidence that happens. They get into the... Exactly. Julia says they were going back to warn people about the tragedy that was about to occur, to escape. Exactly. They get into the city, and the dad, Tata, says we need to talk to the council or the governors of the city and tell them the scenario. Both are okay. Tell them the situation so they can get the people out of the city, to evacuate, to leave quickly or abruptly, to evacuate the city. So they go up to the main building, the governmental building, and they have guards standing there. in front of the building. Tata says, okay, I need to go in there. And they basically tell him to shut up. And they said, you're a slave and just leave. So they're not listening to Tata. Marcus, he's next to Tata, his son, and he's thinking, oh, this is pointless. He starts to be basically a pessimist a little bit. He starts thinking like this isn't working. And so in his head, he didn't say anything. Then they run into Festus. If I'm not wrong, is it Festus? Festus is the who Marcus was working for as a slave, or being a slave for. Yeah, Festus. Festus, and he says, oh, you escaped. And we find out in the story, the plot, P-L-O-T, plot is the story. We find out from the plot that the reason Festus sold Tata so quickly is because he was envious. To envy is to be envious of, to be jealous of Tata, because the person Tata used to work for was Festus's uncle. He died, and Festus said, oh, my uncle liked Tata a lot. He respected Tata. So when his uncle died, Festus really disliked Tata and decided to send him to the gladiators to die, basically. And we learned that from the interaction. Now, Festus is telling them, send both Marcus and Tata to the gladiator ring or arena, because Marcus starts shouting something. Forgot what he said. And then from the chariot, Festus arrived in a chariot, if I'm not wrong. So let's see. I want to give you... Okay, I just want to give you page numbers here. Page 76. So Festus's chariot, which is like a carriage that horses pull, his chariot, there was a senator. It says one of the most powerful men of Pompeii. But it was not Festus that this man had come out to talk to, but it was Tata. So this guy in the chariot, while Festus is talking to Marcus and Tata, this man in the chariot, who is a senator, so a high position in the Roman Empire, he overhears Tata explaining like, oh, we need to, evacuate because of the volcano and people are going to die. And obnoxious is more annoying. Obnoxious. Did you find obnoxious in the book? Obnoxious is annoying. I found Festus really obnoxious. That's why he sold him as a slave to become a gladiator. Festus wanted to sell Marcus too because he got sick of him too. Yeah, Festus said, you're both going to fight now and probably die, because there was Cyclops, who was the main gladiator, who is killing everybody. And so Tyrant Festus could be a tyrant because he behaves like one. Hey, Sander, thanks for joining. Obnoxious equals rude. No, I would say Annoying. Anyways, so then this senator gets out of the chariot and he says, "Tell me about this. What's going to happen?" Tata says, "Listen, I worked for one of the top scientists here down in Pompeii region. I learned a lot from him. Me and my son were up on the up kind of at the top of the volcano yesterday. We saw these signs of what's going to happen. He saw the conviction, the belief in his eyes, the senator, when he's talking to Tata. Festus, we say, is seething. Seething is when you can't handle the discomfort. So Festus is annoyed that the senator is listening to Tata. The senator finally says, basically, I'm paraphrasing, so not giving the exact quote, but similar. The senator basically says, how much time do we have? Tata says a few hours at most. The senator then sprints to the council, the government building, I presume, and he starts telling people, and before you know it, we have these rocks, firing rocks, coming down. One of them lands, it kills Festus, so he dies. And people start panicking and they want to get out of the city. You can just imagine like 20,000 people piling up on these presumably narrow roads of the city of Pompeii, and people are getting stampeded on the street. Stampeding meaning they fall over, and then people are running over them. They're stepping on them. They'll probably die. And Marcus and Tata are trying to get out of this crowd and trying to, now that they did their mission. So they talked about that. Is it not detestable? I would say annoying. I would say annoying is the best synonym for obnoxious. But let's get other synonyms. So obnoxious, this is from Google. The synonyms: unpleasant, disagreeable, nasty, distasteful, offensive, unsavory, unpalatable, off-putting, awful. I said annoying. Where's annoying? Okay. So the top one is unpleasant. So there you go. Hideous. Despicable, detestable, sickening, insufferable. Okay, so there's a lot of synonyms here. Okay, but so it looks like unpleasant is the best synonym for obnoxious. Obnoxious. Good word, by the way. So yeah, that happens. Tata says, we did our job here. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. And they're trying to escape. Another boulder, fiery, falls from the sky, and it hits Tata, or something hits Tata on the head. Tata passes out, and Marcus also falls over, but he gets back up. Let me give a page number as well. Let's see. Okay, page 85, chapter 15. Tata was breathing. Marcus could see that. He could see him breathing. But then why didn't he open his eyes? Why didn't Tata answer when Marcus called his name? The rock seemed to have knocked him into a deep and terrible sleep. A rock hit his head, probably. And Marcus could not wake him up. The storm of rocks continued. Flaming boulders whooshed through the sky, their explosions booming all over. Somehow Marcus managed to drag Tata through the rocks with a strength he never knew he had, and hoisted Tata up the 5 stairs that led through the temple's open doorway. So they found a temple. At this point, there are these small stones or rocks. I think it was dried ash. Like from a fire, we have ashes. It was hardened. It was hardened ash, I think, falling from the sky. So they need to get cover. So they go into this temple. Tata's passed out, but he's unconscious. So Marcus pulls him into the temple. Finally, Tata wakes up. Oh yeah, Lanista also died. You're right. The Lanista, which is from part 1 or part 2, we talked about the Lanista. He was the one, I think, poking Tata with the spear, if I'm not wrong. Julia says, in any case, Festus and Lanista got what they deserved. Yeah, deserved. I actually, Festus, I figured that something would happen, but the Lanista, I was surprised because I forgot about him, to be honest. After they escaped, and then Festus was mentioned because Marcus said that Festus was probably looking for them. Then I forgot about the Lanista, and then he randomly, I guess they saw his body, he was dead. But yeah, that's karma, maybe. A stampede equals mass escape equals collective panic. Thanks, Levy. Good words to know. Julia says it was hardened ash. Valeria. Yeah, stampede. Yeah. Mass escape equals collective panic. Yeah. Nice. Okay. I was trying to connect those words. I was seeing, are they exactly, but if you have the context, because we can have animals stampeding as well. So we can have animals as well as people stampede. But that is good vocabulary. My pleasure. Okay, Julia says it was hardened ash. Yeah, so they get, and then Tata's passed out. Tata says, go on he wakes up. He says, go on without me. I can't do this anymore. Basically, now Tata's being a little pessimistic. At first it was Marcus in his head. Now Tata's out loud saying, I won't make it. I'm not strong enough. And then Marcus, he's crying. And Marcus says, I'm not leaving you. And then he notices a statue of Mercury, the god. I guess Mercury was one of their gods. Page 87. The god was Mercury. A strange but familiar voice whispered in his mind, when hope is lost, follow the hand of Mercury. The old woman from earlier on in the book told him, when hope is lost, follow the hand of Mercury. The statue was a statue of the god of Mercury. There's a picture here. Mara has the graphic novel, so maybe you have a better picture than me. But this is Mercury. He's pointing down at the ground. You can see. Oops, sorry. They have this tiled floor, and in between the tiles, there was a crack where Marcus could lift up the tile, and it was actually a tunnel that led out to outside the city walls. It was used as an escape. If enemies would invade, you could climb down in a tight, very narrow tunnel and crawl on your hands and knees out of the city. So now Tata and Marcus, so Tata's fine now. Now they decide to go. And they go, and remember the horse that we talked about? The horse, it's funny how the tunnel led straight to where the horse was, but they leave the tunnel outside of the city of Pompeii now. And keep in mind, the volcano, it's worse and worse. There's more hardened ash and rocks and fiery objects falling from the sky. And it's only a matter of time before the big eruption or the big damage will come. So they're tight on time. We say tight on time. They climb out of the tunnel, and there's the horse. They get on the horse, and they ride towards Rome. And that's how the book ends. So, let me see. Did I miss anything? No, that's how the book ends. And then we have, if I missed something, let me know. Statue of Mercury as the old woman foresaw. Exactly. And you know what's interesting, Julia? When Marcus first told Tata about the old woman and what she was kind of prophesying as a prophet, so she's kind of foretelling the future. And he told Tata, and Tata said, I don't believe in prophets, or what was the other one? He said, it's prophets or something else. He said, I believe in science or something. Although this was kind of foreseeing the future, because how could the old woman know that? I guess you could say that she wanted to tell Marcus about follow Mercury, like there was a tunnel under the city. But did she also know that somehow Marcus would be there in that specific temple, in that part of the city? So I don't think there's only one tunnel in the whole city. So that's interesting. Who knows, really? Then at the end of the book, there's this back in time, which is interesting. I like this part. She talks about some of the background. She also traveled to Italy, she said, and went to Pompeii and with her husband. And then she has a questions part, which I thought was pretty good. It was interesting. And will Vesuvius erupt again? Yes. So that's apparently Naples is really close to Vesuvius. It says Naples is 15 miles north. So that's close. Okay, let me quickly read. The horse was just out there. No, you're perfectly right. Yeah, the horse they tied off, but I'm saying the tunnel perfectly led them to the horse. So, or maybe it led them directly to that gate. Maybe there's a city gate that it led them to. But okay, thanks guys for joining. I appreciate everybody who joined. Let's see 16 likes now. Okay. So we went up from like 6 likes, and then Oksana mentioned that everybody should like, and it went up to 7, 8, and then 11, and now it's at 16. So thanks everybody for liking. Thanks for joining. Next week, we're on Tuesday, probably Tuesday, maybe Thursday, but probably Tuesday. We're going to do this book, Ernest Hemingway, The Old Man and the Sea. Mixed reviews. Some people said it's good. Some person said it's boring. But we'll see. I think it's a good step up in terms of level. So it'll challenge us. And then I got the next book already. I won't show that yet. But so thanks everybody for joining. I appreciate those who got the book and followed along the challenge. Remember, the book challenge or this reading challenge is for our own benefit. So we get into the habit of reading continuously, consistently, and get the habit of having this English activity become part of our lives. And in this way, we'll improve naturally without much tension or much stress. You'll just see that you have new words. Suddenly, you're memorizing things better. Hopefully, through the videos, your pronunciation of some words is improving. So with that being said, thanks for joining. We can also hype videos. Yeah, Mara, I heard about the hype. I thought it got removed. So I don't know. We can talk about that later. I saw the hype thing, but then I saw that it got removed. My pleasure, Gladys. Don't blame me, please. No. It's yeah. My pleasure, Julia. Thanks for joining. Nice to see you. Okay, yeah. Have a good Tuesday, everybody. Thanks for joining. And see you next week on Tuesday or Thursday with the new book. I'm excited. I should announce how much we'll be reading. I didn't do that. Oh, okay. Let's do... It's a little longer. How much should we read? Wow. I'm trying to find a chapter. I guess, does this book not have chapters? Let's see. Does this book not have chapters? I have to go. I have a class starting soon. Okay, let's do... This book seems to not have chapters. So let's do until page 40. Okay, page 40. Yeah, let's do page 40. See you next time. Great live stream, excellent participation from all. I agree. Yeah, great participation. I agree. I don't think so because I hyped the Brian's video yesterday. I reread the book just to be here with you guys. I'll reread. Yeah. Good. So until page 40. All right, take care, everybody. Thanks for joining. Have a great day, great night, and see you next time.